What's going on, Axie fam? Elijah here, back with another video, and today we have some exciting news to cover, some things to talk about and consider in the Axie Infinity universe, starting with the fact that our Axies are no longer floating. What the heck is going on? Let's take a second to look into it. First of all, my take that this is a very pivotal moment in time, that the floating Axies are gone forever, and that we are moving into the era of standing Axies. 1, 2, 3. They are proud, they are strong, they are determined. Now, what does this mean? A lot of people are complaining about the animations, saying that they're choppy, saying that they make them dizzy and feel sick, and I don't know what the hell else they're complaining about. But this is an indicator. This isn't like a final stage to something. This is just a taste of what is to come, and I'm talking about V2, of course. Let's go with a quick refresher here. Let's take a look at some screenshots, okay? What does that look like to you? Does it look similar to this? In my opinion, yes. The answer is yes. It looks like we're transitioning into V2. Let's get even more specific here and look at the leaked photo of Venapot versus Ishii back in the day. And as you can see, the way that they're standing, their size of them even, is very similar now to what has just happened regarding the switch over in V1 to the way that our Axies are now looking. This was all a surprise to me. I thought that V2 would hit and they would do the entire thing in one swoop. So I do not really know exactly how this plays out, because if we look at the photo, these Axies themselves look fundamentally different, right? Let's take a closer look. This is a bird here in the back. This up front is a beast. It has Cottontail, it has Mary. These are some of the body parts we're familiar with. That is Confident, it looks like, on his mouth. But that beast still looks very different from a V1 beast. And that bird looks very different. Even the eyes. We've never seen eyes that look animated in such a way as far as the art goes. So I am assuming that the art will also get a makeover here in V1 once V2 comes out. What the team has alluded to in the past is that V1 and V2, in terms of gameplay, are going to run side by side, at least in the beginning. Meaning, Battles V1, the way that we understand it, with 4 parts being in play, will run alongside of V2, which is going to incorporate 6 parts of the Axies and have a whole different play style. Now, to build upon that point, Jiho recently tweeted, trying an experiment. Here's the sheet we use for balancing. I put a Season 20 tab. Feel free to make your own proposals, put your suggestions on Twitter, and use the hashtag AxieSeason20Meta. Okay, well, this tells us a lot. It was on December 27th that he tweeted this. I cannot imagine him doing this if the plan was to completely scratch away V1. He's clearly insinuating that there's going to be a Season 20 with the current playstyle that we're familiar with, and he's asking for our feedback on what we can do to make it better. So we can feel fairly confident that we've got another round in the tank for V1 battles. From what I have heard, I think the idea is V1 still going to be very heavy on PvP, V2 more enjoyable for PvE or adventure mode, and also I think does have a PvP component, which is going to get to be felt out by the community. And I think that over the next several months, we'll kind of arrive at an understanding of what Axie Infinity is going to be from esports or PvP standpoint. Does everyone from V1 who plays competitively at the highest level, do we all end up really loving the V2 PvP system? Because if so, then we can say goodbye to V1 for good and for all. If we think that V1 is way better, we already have an esports scene there. We're already thriving, and they haven't really even tried to make Axie thrive as an esport yet. All these tournaments that we're seeing, this is like preseason stuff. This is just warm up for what's going to happen. There's going to be massive tournaments that eclipse all the stuff that you have seen so far, and I think it's just a matter of, well, will that be with V1 playstyle, V2 playstyle? Remember, we're still in alpha. Once V2 gets released, I expect things to get much more serious in Axie Infinity in terms of even the team's desire to push and to market this thing. And I don't even think we're close to seeing the true potential of this move movement that is Axie Infinity. And, you know, on top of all of this excitement, we aren't even factoring in land gameplay, which is set to come out this year as well. I think that's going to turn the entire space upside down on its head. So on that note, I'm going to wrap this video up. I do need to reiterate that this is all purely speculation. I do not know what's going to happen. I don't know if there's a season 20 with V1. I really do not. So just be careful with your investing. It seems extremely likely there's a season 20 based off this information. But again, we won't know until the announcement gets made and V2 is here and we have more answers, which I think should be arriving very soon, it seems like. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. It's at Elijah_MT8. I will have a video dropping soon on budget builds and some of the most high value options that are out there right now for you to begin practicing with in the off season. That'll be out very, very shortly. So keep an eye out. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.